Hi, and welcome to another stream. Today we're gonna look at a brand new game which is, well, it came out today. Excuse me, I just need a drink. Which is Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father, and it's the 20th anniversary edition. Um, this here is an old game from back mid 1955. It came out from Shara uh, and was a point and click game. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play uh, the intent is that I'm gonna play the whole remake, and afterwards I'm gonna play the normal version, which I also have. So let's get started. First off, I'm gonna boot it up because you wouldn't be able to hear me at the moment because the music is playing even though I'm in desktop, so it's a bit funky. So I'm gonna boot that up and you will start hearing the sound in just a second. I will switch over to the game now. And Jesus Christ is loud. Um, Jane Jensen. The whole story behind this here is a Kickstarter a game, which the first game that actually the original game that was Kickstarted was Mobius, which I also haven't really streamed it yet, and through the concept that Jane Jensen was behind the Kickstarter, founded Pickett's Road through the money they got, and it was like a subscription model that you subscribe for a year or a month, I think. I can't remember the details, and then you get X amount of games, like two games a year. Through that subscription, you would get games. So through all the kickstarting things and all the funding they had, they decided to make Mobius, and this here was a surprise because this here is actually published through, what was it, Activision or something? I can't actually remember who actually funded it, half through it. So, and this game is also something we got through the Kickstarter. So I actually haven't played it. Just got the key, just downloaded it. So we're going to check it out. This here is the remake of the original. Everything is original. The music here is beautiful, made by Robert Holmes, who also made the music to Mobius. So as you can see, there is a graphic novel, which I'm not going to go into detail so much. Back in the day, there was a lot of famous people who voiced over. This is fully voiced point and click game. Tim Curry was had the voice as Gabriel Knight, and Detective Mosley was played by who it was called, Mark Hamill. They are not represented in the game, sadly, from at least not what I know. So the new voice actors, I hope they do a good job. I played the beta, but because I didn't want to spoil too much of the changes they made, I haven't played that beta that much. So this is actually the first time I'm playing through. The point of this here is actually, let's check out the first day. The chapters are put into days. You have to complete some tasks each day, and then it will change the day, so you're stuck in a time loop until that happens. So let's check it out. I actually remember the store where I actually picked this game up. So it's really funny. I probably spent a month going around in the store figuring out that the box was like this big, giant book-sized box, really thick, like this thick here, this wide. with the image of him hanging, of Gabriel and I hanging, the image you just saw in the nightmare there. And I was just thinking, this game looks so cool, and it's gotten awards and everything. And finally, and it was expensive that time. Games were a lot more expensive back then. And I got it, and I still have the disc, but I don't have the box anymore. All my old boxes back from the old days when I started having PC games sadly got destroyed with humidity damage in our house, so it didn't survive. And I didn't actually have space for it, so I'm actually sad about it. I actually think I have the original. Give me a sec, guys. Now this is let's see. And this one. I have so many games I can't think. There it is. A bit dusty, but here it is. Gabriel and I, Sins of the Father, on share. PC edition, I don't think actually came out on disc, and I mean floppy disk. This here is a disc. I think normal words these days, but also, if you want the game, the old one, you're interested in it, or actually just pick up this one here. But if you're nostalgic and want the old one, go pick it up on GOG, GOG.com. You can get it there. Then now it will come to say day 1 after the paperboard come. Oh, they did a day and night change actually for this. Oh, this is also new. A title of actually what happened. I dreamt of blood upon the shore of ice spoken of sin. Actually, also there was a novel made of this, so I actually have a copy of the novel, digital sadly. Only I don't have the original novel, but I haven't read it, and I'm pretty sure it's 1-to-1 on actually what's it called? The story.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita? I'm
Also,
sorry,
Grace
but
is
Gabriel's
also
allowed.
a new.
I mean, he's out.
I don't think anybody from old.
You know, you could do better. I
voice
know I
acting
don't
came
know you,
on
but
this
you
one.
could do better. Goodbye. Good morning. You look like hell. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Yes, because having nightmares is what I do, apparently. 7th damn night in a row.
I told you, it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw with your karma.
Unfortunately, I don't think my readers would go for a horror novel about fluffy bunny rabbits. So voodoo it is.
You mean your reader? She lives in Wisconsin, doesn't she?
Bite me.
Hey, what goes on in your bed stays in your bed as far as I'm concerned. I have messages for you when you want them.
So a bit talk about tutorial. Oh, they changed it a bit. Okay, yeah. I don't want to read all that. Okay, replay this tutorial. Exit the menu. Save F5, F7 to load. Okay, not F8. M4 bad space bars to show hotspots. Okay, let's here. Okay, so let me just check. Did I turn off hints? Nope. I'm gonna do that now. I don't want hints in the game. Anyways, just a little bit about it. If you're wondering about Gabriel's accent, it's actually, first of all, you played the original. This is actually the way that Tim Curry did the voice acting. Really, that type of voice and that accent. So this is why it sounds a little bit off. You would actually think compared to how young Gabriel is or old, depending on how you look at it. It sounds a little bit weird at first, but actually, the other thing. Also, I turn on the narrator. The narrator is a voodoo type narration, or a New Orleans type slang. So you will actually hear that also, and it's actually pretty okay if you compare it to the old game. But let's check this out fully and compare it afterwards. Having high hopes for this game here. So. The first thing I'm gonna do, if I remember, there are some changes to the game. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna check out the newspaper. And this here's gonna say pick up, operate. Let's view
Today's
it.
newspaper is on the
Narrator.
counter.
It's operated. It means picking it up and reading it.
Times dated June 18th, 1993. The Aquarius horoscope says, potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
And just so you remember, this here is an old Sierra game. So this here has point system, just like back in the day with King's Quest and all that. This here was the first point and click where it wasn't, or not the first, but it was the transition from going away from typing in your text. The Manor King's Quest and all that, Police Quest and all that, you had to type in. This is more the normal style, but they always had that nostalgia of having that point system. So until I can get 362, I'm pretty sure I will never get that. I don't think I have never gotten it. But because there's all nooks and crannies, you need to look at everything pretty much to get those points. Like, for instance, newspaper. So let's check that out. Coffee machine. Check out the books.
The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. In other words, nothing written by Gabriel. Gabriel can't see any way to pick that up.
Okay, so I know there's something in this counter here, so take a look at this. Okay, we want magnifying glass.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
We want the tweezers.
I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a bit scruffy.
The rabbit's foot.
Not
Look
so
at.
lucky for the rabbit, was it?
Let's see here.
I forget where that came from, but seems like a nice place to visit. Just a few self-help books. That one on top was a joke gift from Mosley.
Again?
I always had a thing for St. George, the one who slew a dragon. Well, it's probably bigger than this little guy, though. That's from Graham. She likes to think it means someone's watching over me. I'm not so sure about that, but I don't have a heart to get rid of it. My spare
FYI, I don't have a guide beside me, so just remember, this is from memory. I'm doing this. I played this a ton of times. I love this game. It's probably the best, in my opinion, best thriller point and click you can play. It has a great story. Let's check it out. And I do recommend actually checking out Gabriel Knight 2. Gabriel Knight 3, which I am not a fan of, it was the transition to 3D models. You had to, it wasn't really mouse and keyboard, it was more keyboard. You didn't have a gamepad and all that. It's not that game. And the second one we can talk about also when we get to that. I am gonna stream it at some point, but that's also a really special one. Also had that one originally, which is actually on 3 or 4 CDs. So really, it's so big a nostalgia. You will probably see me smile a lot.
Before I realized it was hopeless. Gracie's resume. She was way overqualified. And also the only person who applied. I practically own stock in these guys.
Okay, we're done here. Let's check here. Inventory, that's down here. The inventory system was like, for instance, oh, and you can probably see, but behind